Esta vez sentía que era eterno, tus besos fríos como...
Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. In today's video, we are going to be spring cleaning and deep cleaning my refrigerator. So I organized this refrigerator a while back, and I have another video on my channel where I originally organized it. So I'm gonna go back, make sure those organizational systems are still working, and give everything a deep clean because I know there are crumbs everywhere. I'm pretty sure I have some expired food, and it's springtime, so I need to do some spring cleaning. If you guys are ready for it, let's jump right into the video.
I get the vibe that you're distant. There's something about you that's different. I see it in your eyes. Something isn't right.
Today I'm going to start with the door, and that means taking absolutely everything out. That's the only way to really deep clean your refrigerator, is to pull everything out, and the containers that are on the door are super easy for me to pop out as well. So I'm going to grab those and then start to go through my food and check expiration dates and see if there's anything that I can toss. I'm also grabbing a notepad and marking things that I'm running low on or that are actually expired that I need to purchase from the grocery store. That way the next time I go, I know exactly what I need to replace.
It is a lie when you tell me that nothing is wrong, just leave it be. But I see it in your eyes, something isn't right. Tell me again what I'm missing, 'cause you're fading out. We've been here before. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right.
After going through all of the condiments and other items that I keep on the door, I'm going to clean those units that attach to the door, just putting on my rubber gloves, and I'm going to clean them with simple dish soap and water. This is really the best strategy when you're fully deep cleaning your refrigerator. You can always, if you're not interested in doing a complete fridge deep clean, just take a multi-surface or multi-purpose cleaner and clean out those containers with a microfiber cloth or a rag or something and just wipe them down as needed. But it's really not that much extra work to take those products out and really give them a good clean in the sink.
Save me, no, and don't come running and blame me. From miles away, I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk, I think you said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car. Let me see who you are, who you really are.
I'm also going to take this opportunity to clean off the door without anything obstructing it, and I'm using my Force of Nature cleaner. I really like the fact that this cleaner is completely non-toxic and safe to use in your refrigerator, especially in a place where I'm going to be eating the food or spraying anything on surfaces that I might be eating off of or something. I like using this cleaner because I feel more comfortable that it's a safer, non-toxic option. I'm going to load everything back up in the containers that go on the door while they're on the countertop. That way I don't have to keep the refrigerator open as long and expose the rest of my food to the warm air or waste energy. And this is the pile of items that I can get rid of. They're either expired or things that I'm being honest with myself and I know I'm not going to use at all or just before it expires. Even though I'm doing my best to arrange items on the countertop, sometimes when I put it into the refrigerator based on the height of those items that go on the refrigerator door, I do end up rearranging things, but it does help to get it done on the countertop first.
Who you really are, yeah. Don't need you here to say you're sorry. 'Cause if you're gonna leave me, then just do it. Don't take it slow, don't be gentle. No, I just gotta know if you're gonna leave me.
Let me know in the comments below how often you give your refrigerator a complete deep clean like this, where you pull absolutely everything out, take any drawers out or anything else that you can out and clean it in the sink, versus just giving those shelves a little wipe down with a little bit of a cleaner and a rag. I do the cleaner and the rag method actually quite often when I notice that there are some crumbs or a spill or anything. But I need to be better about doing a deep clean of the refrigerator, because as we pan up through the refrigerator, you'll see all of the crumbs and really how gross it is in there. So I'm going to grab my vacuum cleaner to get the crumbs out, and I'm just going to use that little detailing attachment so I can get in all of the nooks and crannies of my refrigerator. It's honestly easier that way to use the vacuum and get those little parts up, so I'm not just moving them around or anything. The vacuum cleaner sucks them up and gets them out of the way.
I find myself calling in the middle of the night, and there is nothing I can do.
I'm pulling all of the glass shelves out as well to give them a deep clean. Pulling the glass shelves out always makes me so nervous. You want to be really careful with them and you don't want to break them. Breaking one of those glass shelves and having to pay for a replacement part is super expensive, so delicacy is very important here. I'm still using the Force of Nature cleaner on the rest of the inside of my refrigerator and wiping down all of the surfaces that I'm not going to take out, as well as the inner walls.
Perfectly opposite. I try to fight you off, but it's so useless. You circle around me like the moon around the earth, always ending with a kiss. I'm clueless. We pretend that we don't really care at all, and there is nothing I can do. I am madly drawn to you. I know you feel the same.
With a fully clean refrigerator, I'm going to start adding those parts that go back into the door on the door and testing to make sure it closes as I'm going, because even though there are little racks throughout the door, if I place them on certain ones, I know from experience it doesn't close. After that, it's back to scrubbing the glass shelves. Again, like I mentioned, being as careful as possible. They don't fully fit in my sink, so I want to be really delicate as I'm moving them around, and then of course as I'm drying them.
Perfectly opposite. We're perfectly opposite, and there is nothing I can do. I am madly drawn to you. I know you feel the same. Feel the same. Oh, there's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite.
I'm putting them back one by one, closing the refrigerator in between just to limit the amount of time that that refrigerator is open again. I know you can turn your refrigerator off. I just don't want to go through that. I'm working quickly and keeping the door closed as much as possible.
The first time that you stood me up, I wasn't ready. Yeah, never ready.
First up, I have the cheese drawer. I know I'm going to keep that the exact same, so I'm going through checking expiration dates and putting everything back. The next easiest for me is to go through all of my beverages. I just keep them in a small little organizer here. It keeps things nice and contained for me. I have coconut milk, almond milk, I had a little bit of pomegranate juice in there, and I just put it on the top shelf and have it all contained in one spot.
But I'm ready, no, never ready. Yeah.
Last time I organized my refrigerator and added this pull-out caddy and the Lazy Susan, I didn't really have a method to the madness with what I wanted to put on them, so I decided I'm going to use this little pull-out caddy for my dairy products. Usually yogurt, sometimes I'll have string cheeses or something like that, but it makes the most sense for me to put my yogurt on there, and then dips and spreads and that type of stuff I'm going to put on the Lazy Susan. Moving on to eggs, I wanted to clean out these egg containers, so I'm going to pull out all of the eggs, put them on a cloth so they don't roll off of the countertop and we have a tragic accident with one of the eggs. And you'll see I have the large egg container. That was something new I purchased the last time I organized my refrigerator, and I really enjoy having the larger size. That way I can purchase more than just a dozen eggs. I can purchase 18 or even more and not worry about keeping the backup packaging that it comes in. So I've really enjoyed that, and I have kept the smaller egg container that I used to have, and so many of you gave me the great advice to hold on to it and to use it for hard-boiled eggs. So I had been using it sometimes for excess eggs if I had a ton of eggs in the refrigerator, sometimes hard-boiled eggs, but I think it makes the most sense to actually dedicate it to hard-boiled eggs. And you'll see in a little bit, I'm going to make some labels for these and label them with their respective labels. So even though I know which eggs go where, that way my husband will know which eggs are which. There would be nothing worse than trying to crack into a hard-boiled egg just to find out that it is not a hard-boiled egg. Even though I've gone through and deep cleaned my refrigerator and organized the whole thing before, this is just to show you that when you do a space once, it doesn't necessarily mean it's done, especially when it comes to cleaning. Of course, with cleaning, you're going to have to deep clean spaces over and over and over again. A refrigerator for sure, those get really dirty. But even with organization, if you organize something once, that doesn't mean it's done. Oftentimes it takes multiple passes through a certain space to make sure those organizational systems really work for you. When we talk about decluttering, a lot of times the first pass of decluttering a space, you can always do better the second time and be a little more strict with your declutter and get rid of even more. So with this second time around of refrigerator organization, I'm perfecting it and making it even better than the first time. So I decided to amp it up a little bit and add some custom labels to a few of my containers. So I have lemons and limes and apples as well as avocados. We always have those things in our refrigerator, and I have since come to understand that and what my husband and I like to eat as a couple and as a family. We've only been married and living together since July. So in that amount of time, I know exactly what we keep in the refrigerator, and the lemons and limes and the apples and the avocado categories are pretty much standard. I'm also doing exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm labeling that larger egg container and I'm just putting the word eggs there. And then for the other container, I did print out a label that said hard-boiled eggs, but it is clearly way too large. So I was thinking, maybe does it fit boiled eggs or hard-boiled? And the thing that made the most sense was just boiled. I of course could have made a smaller label, but I wanted the font size to be consistent, so I wanted the one that said eggs and the smaller container for hard-boiled eggs to be the exact same size. So boiled works just fine. And I'm also going to toss on a dairy label for that rollout caddy. The last few things we need to do to make our refrigerator organization and clean out complete is to clean the outside of the refrigerator. So I'm giving the whole thing a wipe down. And oh my gosh, this is a reminder to clean out the spot. If you have a refrigerator that dispenses ice and water, make sure you clean out that space. If you have little water that drops out of there, it can get really gross and moldy. So don't forget to clean that area often. With that, let's look at what the inside of the refrigerator looks like after the clean out and organization. Thanks so much for joining me today. I feel way better with my fridge, totally cleaned out, and having a couple of extra labels. I love the look of the new fridge. Hopefully I can maintain this system just a little bit better than I could last time. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, I will see you guys later.